Welcome to our channel. Today, we embark on a somber journey into the tragic history of aviation. The skies, often seen as a symbol of freedom and progress, have also borne witness to catastrophic events that have left an indelible mark on our collective memory. We delve into the heart-wrenching stories behind the worst airplane disasters in the world. From collisions to mechanical failures, acts of terrorism to unexplained disappearances, each tragedy carries with it a profound sense of loss and a stark reminder of the fragility of life. Join us as we pay tribute to the victims and their families while examining the events that led to these tragedies and the lessons learned from them. The Canary Islands, a popular tourist destination, became the backdrop for the deadliest aviation accident in history. On March 27, 1977, two Boeing 747s collided on the runway of Los Rodeos Airport. The airport was shrouded in dense fog, severely limiting visibility. Miscommunication between the KLM crew and air traffic control led to a fatal misunderstanding. The KLM flight attempted to take off and slammed into the Pan Am aircraft. The impact and fire claimed 583 lives, leaving only 61 survivors. The disaster led to significant improvements in communication protocols and aviation safety. On August 12, 1985, Japan Airlines Flight 123, a domestic flight from Tokyo to Osaka, took a tragic turn just 12 minutes after takeoff. A faulty repair on the aircraft's rear pressure bulkhead, conducted 7 years prior, had weakened the structure, leading to a catastrophic failure at cruising altitude. The pressure bulkhead ruptured, causing a rapid decompression that tore away a large portion of the vertical stabilizer and severed all 4 hydraulic lines. The aircraft, now uncontrollable, entered a steep climb followed by a series of dives and ascents as the pilots desperately tried to regain control. Despite their valiant efforts, the crippled Boeing 747, with 524 souls on board, crashed into Mount Takamagahara, 100 kilometers from Tokyo. The impact left only 4 survivors, all female passengers seated in the rear fuselage, a testament to the unforgiving nature of the crash and the sheer improbability of survival. The disaster remains the deadliest single aircraft accident in history, a tragic reminder of the importance of meticulous maintenance and the unforgiving consequences of even the smallest oversights. On November 12, 1996, the skies over Charki Dadri, India, witnessed a devastating mid-air collision. Saudi Arabian Airlines Flight 763 collided with Kazakhstan Airlines Flight 1907. The collision at 14,000 feet resulted from miscalculations and miscommunications. The Kazakh aircraft descended further than instructed, leading to the collision. The impact was catastrophic, witnessed by horrified onlookers. All 349 people aboard both aircraft perished. Chapter 4. Turkish Airlines Flight 981, a cargo door's fatal flaw. On March 3, 1974, Turkish Airlines Flight 981, a McDonnell Douglas DC-10, faced a catastrophic design flaw. Shortly after takeoff, a faulty locking mechanism on the rear cargo door failed. The door burst open due to pressure differential, causing sudden decompression. This led to a cabin floor collapse, severing control cables. The aircraft entered a steep dive and crashed, killing all on board. The disaster exposed a critical design flaw in the DC-10's cargo door. Chapter 5. Air India Flight 182, a terrorist act in the skies. On June 23, 1985, Air India Flight 182, a Boeing 747 flying from Montreal to London en route to Delhi, became the target of a horrific terrorist attack. A bomb, planted in the forward cargo hold by Sikh extremists, exploded while the aircraft was cruising at 31,000 feet over the Atlantic Ocean, southwest of Ireland. The explosion ripped the aircraft apart, sending the wreckage plummeting into the sea. All 329 people on board, including 268 Canadian citizens, 27 British citizens, and 24 Indian citizens, perished. The bombing of Air India Flight 182 remains the deadliest act of aviation terrorism against a Canadian target, and the deadliest involving a Boeing 747 until the September 11th attacks. The tragedy exposed vulnerabilities in airport security and highlighted the growing threat of terrorism to civil aviation. It led to significant changes in airport security measures, including enhanced baggage screening and passenger profiling. Chapter 6. Saudia Flight 163, a race against time and fire. On August 19, 1980, Saudia Flight 163, a Lockheed L-1011 TriStar, flying from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, turned into a terrifying inferno, claiming the lives of all 301 passengers and crew. Shortly after takeoff from Riyadh International Airport, a fire broke out in the aft cargo compartment. The fire, believed to have been caused by an overheated butane stove, brought on board by a passenger, quickly spread through the aircraft's ventilation system. Despite the crew's efforts to extinguish the fire and the pilot's successful emergency landing back in Riyadh, all lives were lost. The tragedy unfolded as the aircraft sat on the runway for several minutes after landing before emergency crews could reach the passengers and extinguish the fire. The Saudia Flight 163 disaster highlighted the devastating consequences of in-flight fires and the importance of fire suppression systems, fire-resistant materials, and crew training for handling in-flight emergencies. Chapter 7. On May 25, 1979, American Airlines Flight 191, a McDonnell Douglas DC-10 departing from Chicago O'Hare International Airport, became synonymous with the potential dangers of improper aircraft maintenance. During takeoff, the aircraft's left engine detached from the wing, causing a chain reaction of catastrophic events. The detached engine damaged hydraulic lines and severed critical control systems, leaving the aircraft uncontrollable. The DC-10, now lacking the lift provided by the left engine and with its control surfaces compromised, rolled sharply to the left and crashed into a field near the airport. All 271 people on board the aircraft and 2 people on the ground were killed, making it the deadliest aviation accident on U.S. soil at the time. The American Airlines Flight 191 tragedy led to significant changes in aircraft maintenance procedures, including stricter inspection protocols for engine pylons and a greater emphasis on the importance of proper training and oversight for maintenance personnel. Chapter 8. Iran. Air Flight 655. A Tragic Misidentification. On July 3, 1988, the Persian Gulf became the setting for a tragic case of mistaken identity, resulting in the deaths of all 290 passengers and crew aboard Iran Air Flight 655. The flight, an Airbus A300 en route from Tehran, Iran to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, was shot down by the USS Vincennes, a U.S. Navy-guided missile cruiser, over the Strait of Hormuz. The incident occurred during a time of heightened tensions between the United States and Iran in the Persian Gulf. The USS Vincennes, operating in Iranian territorial waters, misidentified the civilian airliner as an attacking Iranian F-14 Tomcat fighter jet. Despite receiving information suggesting the aircraft might be a civilian airliner, the crew of the USS Vincennes, believing they were under attack, launched 2 SM-2MR surface-to-air missiles, one of which struck the Iran Air Airbus. The downing of Iran Air Flight 655 remains a highly controversial incident, raising questions about rules of engagement, misidentification of aircraft, and the use of deadly force in international airspace. Chapter 9. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a mystery endures. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a Boeing 777 flying from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia to Beijing, China, vanished from radar screens, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and an enduring mystery. The aircraft, carrying 227 passengers and 12 crew members from 15 nations, deviated from its planned flight path shortly after takeoff, turning west and flying for hours before disappearing over the southern Indian Ocean. Despite an extensive international search effort, involving dozens of countries and covering millions of square kilometers of ocean, the main wreckage of MH370 remains undiscovered. The disappearance of MH370 sparked numerous theories and speculation, but no definitive explanation for the aircraft's deviation or its ultimate fate has been determined. The tragedy highlighted the limitations of aircraft tracking systems and the challenges of conducting deep-sea searches for missing aircraft. Chapter 10. Air France Flight 447, a tragedy in the Atlantic depths. On June 1, 2009, Air France Flight 447 crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, claiming 228 lives. The aircraft encountered severe thunderstorms and turbulence. Pitot tubes iced over, providing inconsistent airspeed readings. Pilots struggled to maintain control as the aircraft stalled. The Airbus A330 crashed into the ocean, killing everyone on board. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Stay safe and see you in the next video. As we reflect on these tragedies, we remember the victims and their families who have endured unimaginable loss. Each disaster, a stark reminder of the fragility of life, has also served as a catalyst for improvements in aviation safety. Through rigorous investigations, technological advancements, and a steadfast commitment to learning from past mistakes, the aviation industry continues to strive towards a safer future.